It won't send me back because we're moving. Some weird physics are at play. There we go. Whee! Welcome back to Flash Game Friday. For the third episode, we have a true classic. Y'all know Angry Birds? Y'all know Angry Birds? Cool little thing, but I have the prequel. Look, these type of games where you throw shit at buildings to destroy them, to destroy particular, objectives within it, they're not new. But Angry Birds was not the one that made the genre popular. There was one very popular one that came before it, and that is Crush the Castle. Yes, Crush the Castle. It's probably not the original one, but it is the one that got popular before Angry Birds was even a thing. Yeah, this is 2009. When is Angry Birds actually? It was released in December of 2009. I'm just saying. Click anywhere to start to troubleshoot the lance. Click again to release the projectile. Yes, so we just start with a single cool rock and we need to kill the boys in the castle. Whoop! Something like that. You are a royal success. Yeah! Come on. Well, as you see, it's a very simple, rudimentary game. Look, for the most part, this game isn't hard. It's just fun to do carnage. I complain quite often these days about, overcomplicating games. You can make a game as simple as this. And if it works, it works. This game will probably be stronger if it had better level design. This is also Angry Birds kind of heralded it in the era of phone games, right? We started to optimize the shit out of it. We started getting dependent on the whales. During this era of Flash games, Congregate was getting filled with idle games. It was outrageous how many of them started launching. It's changed video games, especially when it came to Flash games started dying with that, is the reality. It's really sad. I look back on the Flash game era fondly. There is a lot of garbage games during this period as well. Do not get me wrong. But these type of weird little experimental games getting incredible notoriety for the time. Like a co-op, for example, that we did in the previous episode, which kickstarted Bennett Foddy's career. It would not work in the current day, even though there are really interesting concepts to be had here. I think this also had a character creator. I think that's what helped this game stay interesting as well, that people could make their own levels and share it, which back in these days were the way to go, right? Nope. Anyway, that's good enough for Crush the Castle. I think Crush the Castle is a really interesting one when looking at proto games. It's whenever you think of certain games successes, it's very often they take inspiration from something else, something smaller, something maybe in an earlier success, but it disappears over time. And Crush the Castle is one of those. Everybody remembers Angry Birds. Nobody remembers Crush the Castle. And I get it also, right? It's a bit of a generic game. This is a fun little game. It's ancient. It became popular, and then Rovio said, we can do that too, and made Angry Birds, and that thing became massive. Just multiple games, merchandise, movie massive, right? And the little generic, small little game from 2009. Look at this shit, right? This is what the indie scene used to look like. Have a programmer, and we have an artist sound guy. That's it. And most of these games are not great, and sometimes there is something good within it. That's kinda it. God, I miss these days. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Flash Game Friday. Very enjoyable. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for joining, and tune in next week for another episode of Flash Game Friday.